What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tsx Knowledge. Today's video I'll be showing you how to install a JDM airbag and vinyl steering wheel. So this steering wheel here is removed from my 2004 TSX, and as you can see, it's in really bad shape. Over the years, these leather steering wheels just wear down and just become an eyesore in the car. This steering wheel here is a vinyl one imported from Japan. As you can see, it's much better to look at, and it has a nicer material overall to grip when you're spirited driving. You may notice my old steering wheel has controls and the new one doesn't. Later on I'll show you how to swap those over. And if you have a 2006 to 2008 TSX, you may notice that this new steering wheel does not have the steering wheel controls at the bottom on both sides. As you can see here on the new steering wheel, the vinyl one is blocked off. Turns out Honda only made one base frame, so that plastic here is just 4 screws. I'll show you right there. Once you unscrew them, the back plastic will pop off, and then you can reuse the one from your stock TSX onto the new vinyl steering wheel. Here are the tools we'll be using today to complete this project. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, 10mm wrench, short extension, a 3/8 socket, 14mm socket, with T30 Torx, a long ratchet breaker bar, and just a normal regular hand ratchet. For safety, we're going to disconnect the battery, so take your 10mm wrench, loosen the nut, place the terminal off to the side. First, we're going to take the airbag out, so take your long breaker bar, the extension, and the T30, and on the side of the steering wheel there's 2 T30 bolts, and you're just going to loosen them out. Make sure that you have a firm grip with the socket fully in before you turn it. The last thing you want to do is strip these bolts out. It's a very time-consuming process to fix it, so just make sure you have a firm grip on them before you put any pressure so they don't strip out. And once you have the 2 T30s out, the airbag will pull forward towards you, and you could probably just rest that on your lap. Now on the bottom of the steering wheel there's a plastic cover. Pop that off and you'll see 2 connections, one yellow for the airbag and one green for the horn. Both of those connections will need to be removed if you want to take the airbag and steering wheel out. Here I'm showing you how to do it. So to take the horn out, there's like a little tab there. You press it in, and then you could pull out the connection that's going to the airbag. And here's a better look of removing the horn connector. And to remove the airbag one, the harness that's towards the car side, you pull the tab up and the bottom side will just fall out. Now we're going to take the steering wheel out, so make sure it's perfectly straight and get your ratchet with the extension 14mm. Make sure it's fully on before you put any pressure. You do not want to strip this bolt out. So as you see, I just loosen it out here. And a little trick here is I'm just going to put it back in just a couple threads, and you're going to want to put some serious force in removing the steering wheel. It's probably never been off before, so I just wiggle it, put all your body weight into it, wiggle it, and it'll break free. And before you pull the steering wheel off, make sure you disconnect the steering wheel controls from the clock spring. Alright, so now we're going to swap over the igniter from Acura airbag to our Honda one. And this is the Honda airbag that I replaced the emblem on. So now we can get our 3/8 socket and our wrench. And you just want to make sure it's firmly on before you put any pressure, and just break all 4 of the nuts free. Yep, just like that, just break them free. Make sure your socket's fully seated before you put any pressure on there. And just do the same for all 4 bolts. Alright, so once you have the 4 nuts off, you can take your new Honda airbag, and you'll just need to pull off the old igniter. Shouldn't be too much force to do it. Just be careful putting it back there. Make sure it's fully slotted in place. You might have to put some pressure on a couple corners just for it to slot in, but it'll fit no problem. And just take the 4 nuts you removed earlier and thread them onto the same studs coming out of the new airbag. So now I'm going to convert the vinyl steering wheel to make sure that I can retain all of the factory controls from my 04 TSX. So you'll see the 4 screws I was talking about earlier. Just take them all out, and the back plastic will just fall out of place. Just like that. We won't be needing that anymore. Take your old screws, place it in the 4 slots, and screw it down. Now I'm going to install the bottom control, but word of advice: before you screw this down, make sure you plug in the harness. Now to swap over the steering wheel controls, you can see there are 4 indents on the back of the steering wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there are screws, so you take your Phillips head, slot it down there, and just break all the 4 screws free. The old controls will just slot perfectly in place into the new steering wheel. And with the screws secured on the back for the controls, the steering wheel is ready to go back in the car. Reinstall is pretty much the reverse of how we took it out. Just make sure that yellow plug goes through the center right where this clock spring plug is. And make sure the steering wheel is as centered as you took it off. Just going to thread the steering wheel bolt back in. Connect the airbag and horn connectors. And get your 14mm with your breaker bar. Tighten it down until it's firmly secured. And now you can just slot the airbag in and get your 2 T30s and place them on either side. And lastly, place the plastic cover on the bottom and hook your battery back up. That pretty much wraps it up. If you liked this video and enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace.